Let us use this section of this video to explore what we can do to protect ourselves. The first thing I would like us to understand is we have to begin to learn and accept the fact that we are not the only ones on this earth. That on this earth where we live, there are many other beings, multidimensional beings that live with us. It is sad that we have not been told the truth. We don't know the truth. And that ignorance is part of what is causing us a lot of confusion. The second thing we need to also understand is the fact that there are certain entities that don't want us humans to be on this planet Earth. They don't want us to be here. They want us out of this planet, go somewhere else, or be turned to slaves. We must come to an understanding of this fact, accept, research, and live. The third thing we need to also understand, and this one is the most difficult one to understand, and we should do everything to understand, is that all the struggles, all the wars on earth, all the fights, the conflicts between humans, amongst humans, is spiritually motivated. All of them. It has a spiritual backing to it. We must accept this fact that all the conflicts we have on earth are engineered spiritual. And for us to survive those wars, we must have to tune to become spiritual beings to survive them. These are three basic facts that we must accept if we want to live in the world we have in our place today. It's extremely important to understand that all the conflicts, all the wars, the fights, and everything taking place in our lives, in our countries, around the universe is spiritually motivated. It's a spiritual warfare. And that's what in the book of Ephesians we are told, that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spiritualities. These spiritualities are real. The only reason why they are not real to us humans is because we have not tuned our mind, body, spirit, and souls to perceive. And maybe we do not believe that we have a spirit, we have a soul, and we have a body. But in the secular world, in psychology, we are taught that when man was created, or when man began to evolve, man had a spirit, a body, and a soul. As evolution continued to take place and man began to evolve and become civilized, he left the spirit behind and moved on with the soul and the body. And at a certain point, began to let the soul behind as well. And now we humans are just involved with the body, and that has increased the amount of suffering and pain we go through today. Because we are trying to meet our spiritual needs using our physical bodies, we are trying to meet our soul needs using our physical bodies, and it overwhelms us because our bodies are not intended for spiritual purposes, fully for spiritual purposes, neither our soul. We cannot perform spiritual stuff with our bodies. Our bodies are intended to collaborate with their spirituality to perform spiritual things. Our bodies are designed to work with our souls to perform things that are supposed to be performed by the soul. But when we have left our spiritual being behind and our soul being behind and rely only on our bodies, it causes us enormous problems. The wars we face on earth, the strifes, the problems we encounter with fellow human beings are triggered by entities that have invaded our earth, our world, and are living amongst us, dining with us, enslaving us, demonizing us, and using us for its own ends. To understand this, we have to start tuning back to our spirit being, to our soul and our spirit, because only through that we will be enlightened to understand what is going on and we'll be able to take care of it. It's very important to understand this, that we humans, we are spirit beings, we are soul beings, and we are bodily beings. The three need to go together for us to be complete. And when we have the three, we'll be able to live life fully. I'll be able to fight the other spirit beings that are trying to invade our territories and take control of our lives. When we are not tuned to our spiritual lives, demons and principalities and all those spirit beings that we cannot see will have control over us. Because we can't see them, they live in our midst, they can do what they want. It is very important to understand this. Why? There is what you call alien spirits or alien beings. Alien beings come from different planes, and at times they are multidimensional. Some can come from the stars, some can come from all the other planets, different planets, even the moon, the sun. All these places have alien spirits residing in them. Some of them breathe air, some don't breathe air. Some breathe methane, some don't. Some breathe different types of gases. We are beings that breathe oxygen. But there are also beings in other planets, in other planes of existence, even among us, that don't breathe oxygen. We need to understand that we are not alone. If we thought that God created only us and put on this earth, and that there are no higher beings who are multidimensional that have come and been visiting us and living here for thousands of years, then we are mistaken. We have to change that mindset, because it's only when we begin to change that mindset that we will begin to forge towards solutions to our problems. I'm telling you this because we are living perilous times, and we need to understand what we need to do to protect ourselves. Why are we suffering? It's not because God designed it to be that way. It is because there are entities that have invaded our earth and want to take our earth from us and enslave us. In the process, they have instituted a way of life and try to inculcate their own way of life into us. And they use us. They cause us to fight, to be in their own nature. There are some of these alien spirits that have spent their entire lives fighting in their own kingdoms. All they know is fighting each other. Some of them, they invade us and they bring that same principle, and that's a warlike principle. And they imbibe that principle in some of us and send us to war to fight. They know that when we fight each other, we will destabilize our territories. In the process of destabilizing our territories, we may become extinct, and they can take over our world and rule. Why? Because they realize that our world could be conducive for them to reside. So they can invade us using sonic communication means. They have higher ways of communicating with us than we do understand. And so they can infiltrate our vibration. If we don't have total control of our vibration, they can infiltrate it. They can infiltrate our intelligence and everything, and manipulate us and dominate us and make us to act the way they want. They can attach demons and principalities on us, and those demons and principalities, once they are attached to us, we act like them. They use us just like we can enslave horses or animals. We can tame them and then ride them. They are just the same, brethren. You need to understand that your brother fighting you is not actually the one fighting you. It's the one Jesus spoke of when he was talking to the demon or to the devil that was in Peter. He addressed Peter while addressing the demon that is behind Peter. We have those types of principalities and powers in our lives, tearing our world apart and causing all the wars. We see our brothers fighting us, but they are the demons planning everything and institutionalizing. They are bringing what we call now the New World Order, where they want to unite the whole world and destroy a third of mankind so that they can have total control over us and take over the earth and enslave the rest of the humans they will have, both the leaders and the common man. That's why we have the wars. That's why we have the stripes. That's why they leave no one. They, even your wife, your husband, your children, your brother, your neighbor, your fellow human being. They give names to all of us, call us different races, put us against each other, make us to fight. I see you, my brother. The enemy is fighting me, but I see but you. And I'm shooting you. I'm killing you. The black person is seeing but the white man fighting. The white man is seeing but the black person hating. All of that. Meanwhile, the real devil, the real actor, is the one pulling the strings, is the puppet master behind. It's a demon. It's a principality. It's a power. Is that devil that was in Peter telling Peter what to tell Jesus. That devil is in most of us human beings, sending the leaders around the world to cause wars and to kill fellow human beings, thinking that they are killing the enemy. If those same leaders understood what was going on and they were highly spiritual, they will see. Some of them have allied with these spirits, with these demonic oppressions, and they are destroying our lives. To understand them is to lay a shield. The Bible says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against forces of darkness in high places, against spiritual wickedness. Again, somewhere in the Bible it says the devil can turn into an angel of light. He can use anything he wants, brother. He is using your family, your brother, your sister, your child, your husband, your wife, your neighbor, your fellow human being, black, white, color, enslaving. And he is not letting go. And you are blaming him, her, the race for being the cause. It's not. It's when clarity comes to you that you understand that you need to protect yourself so that you can protect your fellow human being, animal, bird, plant, and everything else. How do you protect yourself? The wars around the world. If there is a break out of Third World War, if there is a calamity, if there is a radiation, your guns and bombs, your bunkers will not protect you. If it did, it would have protected Saddam Hussein. If it did, it would have protected Mobutu Sese Seko. If it did, it would have protected all the great leaders who have died, Stalin and all of that, who have all the money on earth. If it did, it would have protected all of them. If it did, it would have protected all of them. All of those that had all the money. It did not destroy their lives. Something led them to be killed. Saddam Hussein was destroyed by the devil behind him. The leaders going around the world fighting is a devil in them that is fighting, not them. They are humans that want to have a life like us. They have family, they have children, they have blood. If they were puppets created by foreign angels, they would not be giving birth to children. A human being gives birth. An artificial being will not give birth. In the next video, we will use all of this to conclude so that you get to understand what is going on. You know how to protect yourself.
Finally, that anxiously awaited moment is here. Your precious little bundle of excitement is now package ready. There is no doubt you will enjoy the happiness of the occasion. Your sleepless nights and personal adjustments to increasing life stresses that deplete your energy reserves will soon be a thing of the past. I know juggling the demands of work with family commitments surely leaves little for yourself. This usually results to stress, unhappiness, ill health, and more. It's like a house of cards. Though it is standing, I am hopelessly aware that the slightest breath of wind or the smallest breeze could knock down a wall, a room, or the entire structure. I see your need for a serious companion to a more fulfilling life. That is why your inspirational videos are designed especially for a new life of happiness, peace, love, joy, good health, and abundance, and self-actualization, brethren. As seen on TV, My Soul and I devotion delivers simple, practical solutions to everyday life's easy and complex problems, easy to follow. This comes with easy to follow Ashin training video for a flawless body and a spiritual awakening. This is pricey, but it's yours free just for requesting a free inspirational video and more. Go to www.mysoulandI.com. Mark a yes in a box of choice on the postcard, and I will rush your first free inspirational DVD and more to you. Look, I decree a good thing upon your life, and that the rest of your days be blessed.